Hello all, I am Bhavya Bhatt, a student at MES Garware College of Commerce, Autonomous Pune. I'd like to welcome you to this fascinating conversation with our placement cell coordinator, Mr. Sumit Gaikwad sir. Sir holds the designation of Assistant Professor with an MBA in Marketing, a Bachelor's degree in Commerce, and the SET qualification with a specialization in Marketing. Sir has 10 plus years of teaching experience and 2 plus years of industry experience. Sir guides students in their academic and professional endeavors. So we welcome you, Sumit sir, to this session. So can you please tell us about the placement cell at our college?
Sure. The placement cell of MES Garware College of Commerce highlights on four important aspects. First is skill enhancement. Second is hands-on learning experience, that is internships. Third is industry interface. And the fourth one, that is final placements.
So how many companies visit our college for placements and internships?
I'm very happy to share this data with you. Since we do have the presence of more than 80 companies on the campus throughout the year, and this data has been consistent for the past 6 to 7 years. And I would also like to share one thing here, that this data or this number of companies has been the most among all the undergraduate colleges in Pune city. So, technically speaking, we have more than 80 companies on the campus throughout the year, more than 25 plus companies for internships, and 10 plus companies they offer shadow internships. Shadow internships means observational learning, wherein students are provided opportunities to undertake short surveys. So that also adds to their experience.
So how should students prepare for interviews and what should be their focus area?
That is a really very good question, Bhavya. As far as interviews are concerned, the most primary thing that what students are supposed to do, that is to check out with the profile of the company. They need to check out with the profile and brief background of the company. They need to go through the website of the company. As far as or being a placement cell head for the past 6 7 years, my observation about students is they miss out on these small things. That is checking out the website of the companies, then going through the brief background of the profile. See, when you are going to prepare for the interviews, one important aspect that what the interviewer he does highlight on, that is how much knowledge you do have or the candidate has about the company. He'll first highlight on what you know about the company and what you know about the job profile. So these two important aspects need to be highlighted by the students. When we talk about interviews as well, students also need to have a fair understanding about their resumes, because a good resume will always attract the attention of the students, as well as more importantly it will also attract the attention of the interviewers, that is the employers. See, when we talk about interviews as such, many questions actually are being put forth towards the students. I'll give you an example, Bhavya. For example, tell me about yourself. Now, this question itself is so confusing for the students that what should I tell about myself? Although they are the better one to tell about themselves, but they're unable to tell about themselves, or they're unable to sum up in only 1 or 2 minutes at the interview. Why is it so? Because they are nervous, and more importantly, they haven't prepared well. What the interviewer also seeks from the candidate during the interview is that the confidence levels. If the confidence levels are good, I'm not saying that you should face the interviewer by making some tall promises that I'm very passionate, I have lot of, I'm very creative, something like that. You don't need to make any kind of promises over there. You just need to focus on the basics. I'll also give you one more example that when the interviewer asks that, especially to the students of our marketing, he hands over a pen to him and he asks him to sell this pen to him. Now, this is something impromptu. When we talk about impromptu situations and actions, students need to also be more aware that such questions might come and might be faced by them during the interview. So, interview is very, I would say, subjective in nature. If I have to say something that I'm an interviewer and I am having 15-20 candidates, what I'll do, I will try to get as many insights from the candidates. I will not work methodically. What is your name? What is your qualification? I need to have some variation in the answers. I need to have some different insights. Otherwise, what is the use of me being an interviewer? Because I have, or rather, I am in that position in the role of what? HR, human resource. I need to capture the best for my organization. So, if I want to get the best for my company, for my organization, I need to frame such questions for the interview. That is where students actually they might get into flux. That is the reason why we always intend to tell students that please prepare yourself for the interview by highlighting on the company profile, job profile, that is the job description. Third, that is impromptu situations. That will actually make them the most confident one. And one more thing, that is the dressing sense. I have seen students wearing cap during interviews. This is really very annoying. Means this is something not expected. While coming for the interview, some students they are in sport shoes. That should be avoided. So dressing and grooming is a very important part, and that actually needs to be also highlighted by the students.
Sir, how does Garware College prepare students for placement opportunities and internships?
Yes. Now here the role of placement cell starts. The primary role of the placement cell is not only to offer placements but to also groom the students, make the students competent enough to face the opportunities or the challenges which are present in the industry. Now, when we talk about how we actually make competent, we have organized several industry expert lecture series throughout the year. Rather, we do every year. Now, I'll just give you a simple example. There have been multiple domains wherein you must have observed ample of opportunities are present. For example, I would like to give an example of the gaming industry. Means just recently I was having an interaction with one of the managing directors of one of the prominent gaming company. So what he was of the opinion that there has been a tremendous amount of potential in the gaming industry in the past 5 to 10 years, and that we need to tap in. But do the students know? When we invited him to our campus and when he delivered a session, at that time the students got to know what are the opportunities present in the gaming industry. Same thing, there is also one industry that is import and export. Now, as far as the curriculum is concerned, see, we have a bit of a limitation. We cannot include each and everything in our curriculum. We require industry experts to showcase them what actually or how the industry works. You must have gone through a common there is a common conception I would like to tell that whatever I studied in my college and what kind of job I am doing is completely different. So why is it so? That is, there is a gap between the industry and the academia. So how to bridge that gap? So to bridge this gap, we need to organize such lecture series, such expert lectures, wherein students will get a fair understanding that what is happening in the industry. I will give you an example, Bhavya, when commerce graduate students are earning lakhs of rupees, but in information technology field. So you will say, how a kind of commerce graduate can fetch a career in IT field? But this is the case. There have been multiple opportunities, say for example, data analytics, then some coding related part, wherein some students they have picked it up, although their specialization is something different, but based on their own liking, based on their own acumen, they have developed that and they have made a mark in that field. That is the reason where there was also a question that you asked me that what should be the focus area of the students. Now when we talk about the focus area as such now, means sometimes it used to amuse me that when some students used to come to me to seek guidance. And what they used to tell me that, sir, I am a BCA student, that is computer application student, but I'm interested in finance specialization or in finance domain. I want to pursue a career in finance. So I said that then why did you choose? So he or she used to tell me it's because of the insistence of my parents. So this is vice versa. So this is something that shouldn't be the case. Even if it is something that we do observe that such cases are there, because some students they do join the course. Means when I deliver the sessions, I ask them the very first question: why did you choose BBA? Out of 80 students, hardly one or two students they are able to answer. That is the clarity. What is their focus? If you are focused enough at what you are supposed to do, what you wish to do after your graduation, then that would make sense. Otherwise, only by mere insistence of your parents or your siblings, that will not make you the person or a better person that what you are aspiring for. That is the reason why. Now coming back to the main question, when we talk about the Garbhari College of Commerce initiatives, before the placement fair as well, we organize a 1 week pre-placement workshop. In that pre-placement workshop, 2 days are being given for personal interview, group discussion, resume building, and some mock aptitude test. Now there are various companies like say Barclays, then Larsen and Toubro. They only recruit students based on the aptitude test skills. I would just like to quote an example. Last year, when Barclays had been on our campus, some around 500 students had registered. But in the aptitude test itself, the filtration was the maximum. So, to check with this part, we have ensured that how students should approach aptitude test, how they should approach the personal interviews, how they should approach with the group discussion as well. See, the mental block of the students, what I have observed, is in these three parts. First, in aptitude test. Why they do fear? Because of mathematics. Means, when I was a kid, definitely even I used to fear mathematics. That is something well known fact that majority of the people actually they have a fear of maths. But something that you need to face that. You need to improvise. You need to make corrections. based on what previous mistakes we have done. So focus on the aptitude test. When we organize aptitude test, and even we also organize psychometric test. So clubbing these aptitude test and psychometric test, I would insist students, or I would rather appeal students, that they should take advantage of this test which have been offered by the placement cell. Because if you go in private institutions to get this test done, they will charge you heavy. For psychometric test, just check out the rates that what actually are being offered in the market. But the college is offering it completely free of cost for the students. Although it comes for a price for the college, but for students, definitely it is free. In the month of October and even today, in the month of April, we have launched multiple courses under skill enhancement program, wherein students are getting groomed under multiple domains, like say the courses which have been offered recently. I'm very glad to share that the placement cell has made a tie-up with IIT Bombay, wherein 20 courses have been offered to the students free of cost and along with certificates. So those students who will clear this test will also be entitled to get a certification. And these courses are completely free. Not only with IIT Bombay, we also have made an MOU with different organizations. Then be it National Skill Development Corporation, wherein skill enhancement courses like say baking, cooking, then we can say beauty, fashion technology, all these things have been included. And this is where I would rather appeal to all the students to take the maximum benefit out of these initiatives. And I'm very happy to share here one thing, that more than 3,000 students have registered for our skill enhancement courses. That is a big achievement for the college.
So, what is the average percentage of placement at our college, and what is the average and highest package at our college?
Yeah. Now, something that the average percentage of students getting placed is more than 70%. Now, these figures definitely would have been better. To what extent? Because being an undergraduate course, majority of the students, they prefer to go for higher studies. So the thing is that even though they have accepted the offer, but they don't join the organization because quite naturally they want to pursue MBA, they want to pursue, most importantly, commerce students, they want to pursue CA as well as ICWA, CMA, etc. So the average percentage of placements in our college is a very healthy one, that is more than 50% to 70%. And what is the second question?
The highest package and average package.
The highest package offered by the companies like Deloitte, then Larsen and Toubro, then Deutsche Bank, and even IDBI Bank is in the range of 5 lakhs to 8.5 lakhs. Because last year Barclays was the one who offered 8.5 lakhs rupees of package, and that was something the highest one, wherein our 4 students grabbed that opportunity. And also for internships, the stipend was a whooping 50,000 rupees. That was something a big achievement for the college. And as far as the average placements are concerned, the package I'm talking about, it is in the range of 3.5 to 4 lakhs, wherein companies like McDonald's, then IDBI Bank, then Northern Trust Bank, they come into picture, and wherein they offer such kind of packages to the students.
So, what advice would you offer to students aspiring to secure placements and internships in today's competitive job market?
That's a very relevant question asked by you, Bhavya. When we talk about what advice that I should give to the students, it is, or rather, I would stress on 2 aspects. That is the approach, and second one is the commitment. When I see students joining any organization or aspiring to join any organization, at that time they usually seek offer letters from the organization. But I have also observed something, that students are in a dilemma whether to accept the offer or not. Now, when we talk about students' mindset, that is the approach. If their approach is quite concrete, if it is quite clear that what I am supposed to do, what I need to do, if that is clear in their mind, then such kind of dilemma may not be faced by them. Now, some things really entertain me and I would say annoy me, or rather, I would say disappoint me, that when students accept any offer from the employer, they should be committed enough to that offer. Otherwise, when you are in a dilemma whether to take the offer or not, or whether to go for higher studies, so in that dilemma, your image or your commitment gets diluted. That means neither you are accepting the offer nor you are going for higher studies. Something that shouldn't be the case. See, the placement cell take immense efforts to bring the companies on the campus. The kind of reputation that what Garibari College of Commerce has built over the years, it is because of this image. The culmination is what? On the brand value. And if the brand of any college is something quite concrete, then definitely employers would line up for the hiring part. But if now this is the responsibility of the students also now. When the college is taking active efforts in making or in bringing companies on the campus, then their role is to accept those offers, is to respond them equally. It is not always one way. It should be both ways. Efforts taken by the college placement cell and students also responding to what the companies are offering to them. Otherwise, what it would mean, that means the college is only bringing the companies on the campus, but the students are not responding. So that gap shouldn't be evident. And that is the case wherein my advice to the students who are seeking placement is that be committed towards what your role, towards what kind of offer you have accepted. Don't be in a dilemma. I mean, this is really very, I would just give you an example. Maybe uh, I would reflect on the tendency of the students. Some students, what they do, that they join the organization. After 10-15 days, they realize that, oh my god, this is something really very heavy. इससे अच्छा तो I will prefer to go for higher studies. Because why? Because they are in the comfort zone. They have been pampered. When you are in comfort zone, what they'll think? I don't need this job. What that particular fellow does, he'll switch off the phone. The company is trying to contact him, he'll not answer. Placement cell is trying to contact him, he's not answering. Here what happened? The relation between the placement cell and the employer, it might hamper. Fortunately, it hasn't hampered, but it might hamper. And that is the responsibility of the students to ensure that they should, whatever kind of offer they have accepted, they should stick to that. Think twice, thrice before accepting the offer. No one is going to force you. Mere placement thing is an optional thing. But when you are accepting the offer as such, you should have this kind of an approach. Second approach, that students, that what I have observed is something really very disappointing is that, sir, how much amount of packages college employers offer us? Now, something students show your worth. Primarily, first show your worth and then seek expectations from the company to get as much higher package. What the approach of the students is, they want to have lakhs of rupees of package starting from 7, 8, 10 lakhs. It's not possible unless and until you are worth of. I was just giving an example, right, of that Barclays. Out of 500 students, only 4 students got selected. More than 350 students got filtered. Why is it so? So something that they need to also make them worthy of that job. They need to improvise on that. Whatever efforts, initiatives, placement cell takes as far as grooming, personal interviews, group discussions, aptitude test, psychometric test, guest lectures, attend it. Seriously attend it. Be a part of this. Then you will get an opportunity to reintroduce yourself. Otherwise, it won't happen. If you are in your comfort zone, I will 101% that will be the case that you are not doing justice for yourself. So my advice to all the students is that please be committed, please be serious about your career, and please be focused. That's all.
On behalf of MES Garware College of Commerce Autonomous Pune, I thank you very much, sir, for your insights and for having you on board. I hope that the students will gain some inputs from this session and it will be beneficial to them. So guys, I hope you liked the session. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel. We will be back with more videos soon. Thank you for watching.